Okay, now that we have a playlist class, let's go ahead and create some data just to make sure everything works. And so we already have a database class with some stub data that creates some music videos and a performance video. So let's change this from get videos to be get data. And in addition to the videos, let's create a few playlists as well. So let's do a BS playlist for Bruce Springsteen. And actually, we're going to want to import from logic.playlist, import playlist. And that'll give us access to the constructor for playlist objects. And then, let's see. So playlist, we have name, videos, thumbnail, description. So name is going to be Bruce Springsteen. And then videos is going to be a list. And then we want to include BS BBL and BS BTN are the two videos in that playlist. And then we have the thumbnail, which is going to be a URL, and then the description. So for thumbnail, I'm just going to put an empty string just for a minute. And then description is going to be, I don't know. The singer, composer, Bruce Springsteen. Okay, and then that's a little long, so let's go ahead and break the line. And actually, probably thumbnail is going to want to be on the next line because that's a little long as well. All right, so then for the actual video, thumbnail rather, what I've done is I've created a folder in my web server machine. There's a music player folder under htdocs, and then inside of there, there's a folder for images. And I'm going to drop all of the thumbnail images in that folder, and then those are currently running under a domain glassgirder. So if I go to glassgirder.com/music player images. Right now it's just an empty directory. So let's go ahead and get a picture of Bruce Springsteen. And then something suitable for a thumbnail. I don't know, any of these are fine. Let's see, I mainly know him from like his Born in the USA days. So let's go ahead and save image as, and then I'm going to navigate to the same folder I was in before. So that's actually Mark PC, Zamp, htdocs, music, videos, music player, images. And then I'm going to save this as bruce.jpg. And then if I go to glassgirder.com, bruce.jpg, it's actually JPG probably. There. Okay. So there's the URL for Bruce. And then this is still too long, so let's wrap that again. All right. So there's my first playlist, and then we'll do one for Patti Smith as well. So this is going to be Patti Smith. And then that's going to be PS BTN. And I think that's the only Patti Smith song I have right now. Yep. And thumbnail So let's go ahead and find Patty Smith. And I like that picture. I'm going to go ahead and save this image as Patty. Whoops. Yeah, that was not that was not it. Let me try this again. Save image as. All right, I did save it. I just misnamed it. So let me change that to Patty. All right, and then we'll cancel that. Save. All right, so now I should have Patty. All right, so there's the URL for that. And then we'll do a description. Patty Smith. And then I'll just have one more playlist. So I'm always going to have a special playlist for all videos. And then anytime I need to have the user select an existing video, I have a list of all of them in all videos. So we'll say all is new playlist, all videos. And then this is going to have all of them. So BS, BBL, MM, BBL, BS, BTN, PS, BTN, and that's all of them. And then thumbnail for all videos. So what's a good thumbnail for that? Let's take a look. All videos icon. Let's try music videos. Okay. Yeah, all right. That's a little black and white though. I like this one. This is informal. I'm just not worrying about IP rights to any of this just yet. Because this is a class project, but if I was doing a real software project that was intended for multiple people, I would be looking at the licensing on these things. So maybe I'll do that offline, but I don't want to waste your time on a video doing that. So we're going to do all videos .jpg. And let's go back here and reload and all videos. So there's my thumbnail and the description is all videos. All right, so I have 3 playlists and I want to return, I think I want to return all of the playlists. So let's do that. I'm going to return the all videos playlist first. So I have a list of all the videos there. And then I'm going to return a list of all the playlists. Okay, so 2 things. And then I'm going to make one other change. So this thing, I want to actually make it be a property of the class, a global property of the class. So I'm going to do cls.allVideos. And then I'm going to define that here. And that way I can just refer to that constant instead of hard coding the string every time. So that means this has to be a class method now so that I can refer to that. Okay. Great. So now I have a method that returns an all categories, all videos playlist, and then a list of playlists. And the only place that I was calling this method before was in my console UI. Actually, so what I had before is in the init method, console was calling music video.getVideos, but I actually now want to call playlist.get playlists. And then I need to import playlist here. So from logic.playlist import playlist. And then in my playlist class, I'm going to have a method. It's going to be a static method, which is going to be called get playlists. And it's going to return database.getPlaylists. I need to import database from data.database import database. Okay, so that's returning two things now. And in my console UI, so the first thing is going to be CLS dot all, whoops. So this one's going to be all videos, and then this one is going to be all playlists. And then I'll define those two things here. So all videos is a class property, which is an empty list to start with. And actually, this is none to start with. And I should have had under here. So, okay, so those match now. And then all playlists is an empty list to start with. Okay, so that's going to initialize things, and then so this list videos will almost work, but not quite just yet, because for video in this thing now is a playlist object, and it's going to give me an error that it doesn't know how to iterate on a playlist object. Iterate just means loop over. So let's go ahead and run it and see what happens. So I'm going to run console UI. And so I got an error here, type object database has no attribute get playlists. So what I actually called it was get data. Let's call it get playlists. Okay, and then init is missing one required positional argument description. Oh, because I forgot a comma there. And then it was just that one line. Okay, so let's list all the videos. So here I'm going to get an iteration error. So playlist object is not iterable. That means Python knows how to loop through a list. It knows how to loop through a dictionary, loop through a tuple, loop through a string. It doesn't know how to loop through a playlist object. So if I want to tell Python how to loop through a playlist object, the way you do that is you override some special built-in methods which are called dunder methods. So for the playlist class, the thing that controls iterating over the class is dunder iter. So def. So it's called dunder because it goes underscore underscore, which is double underscore dunder, iter dunder, like so. And then what I would do here, it's a little complicated. I would make an object that has a state and two methods. And basically there's a method that gets the current item in the iterator and a method that advances to the next item. But instead of having to do anything special, the easy thing to do here is I get the iterator for this list. So this list right here, lists have iter methods just like I want my playlist class to have. And so I can just call under iter on this list here and return that, and that will be under iter for my playlist. So that's called delegation, when you have like a contained object and you delegate requests to loop over the playlist, you just loop over the list instead. So the self.videos is that list of videos, and then I'm going to create an iterator object that lets me loop over that list of videos, and that's going to be what I get when I try to iterate over my list. All right, so now let's go ahead, and I'm a little concerned that this has a red squiggly under it. I know I need another line there, but so unresolved reference iter, but I think it's probably fine, so let's find out. No, iter is not defined. Did I mean self.iter? Yes, I did. Actually, no, what I actually meant was this. I want self.under videos.iter, and then I'm going to call that method to return the iterator object. So that's what I wanted. Okay, so now I'm going to list, and it looped over each of the videos in the playlist and printed them all. So it looks like my starter data is fine. So let's go ahead and do one other thing really quickly. I'm going to add another method to show the list of playlists. So this is all going to be in the console UI for this. So L is going to list the videos, and it's going to list all the videos. And then let's do P to list all the playlists. And then here we'll do L to list all the videos, and P to list all playlists. And then in my if statement, elif choice is P. Actually, I should have done that after L probably. Let's do that. So I'm trying to keep these roughly in the same order, except for this X. I'm trying to keep everything else in the same order, just because it makes things easier to find. So this one's going to be list playlists for consistency. List playlists. And then we're going to define that method after list videos. And this also is a class method. So list playlists for playlist in CLS all playlists. We're going to print, and then for the playlist, I'm just going to print for now. Let's do playlist.getName, which I don't have a method for yet. And then, let's actually put this in a formatted string. I think I'm going to, put this in a formatted string for now. So I'm going to print the name and then colon. And for now, I'll just put the description because the URL for the thumbnail is not particularly helpful. So that's going to show the playlist here. And let's try running it. That should be fine for now. So we're going to list all videos, and then we're going to list all playlists. Oh, and I need to implement my getName method on playlist, so let's do that. So after getKey, getName return self.name, and then run it again. L and P. We need to do description as well. So back here. Okay, one more time. Good. So there's my playlists, and there's my videos. Exit.